Welcome back to the First 50. Today we meet a command that will change how you read files in the terminal forever. Picture this. Mia runs cat on the system log, and 30,000 lines flood her screen in 2 seconds. The output she actually needed? Gone. Scrolled past, lost to the void. What she needs is a controlled page-by-page reader. That's less. 4 letters, total control. So what exactly does less do? It turns your terminal into an interactive viewer, one screen at a time with keys to move forward, backward, search, or jump to any line. And here's the clever bit. It doesn't load the whole file into memory, it streams. That's why you can open a 10 gigabyte log instantly. Think of it like a PDF reader. You open it, you navigate freely, and when you're done, you press Q to close it. That's the whole mental model. So let's try it. Type less, a space, then the path to a file. Here we're opening the system log. Hit enter and your terminal transforms. That little colon blinking at the bottom is less waiting for your next move. Now, before you do anything else, burn this into your memory. Press Q to quit. Q for quit. It's the number one thing beginners forget, and without it, you're stuck in that viewer staring at logs forever. Speaking of Q, here's your complete cheat sheet. Just 6 keys that handle 95% of everything you'll ever do in less. Space moves you forward a page, B takes you back, slash followed by text searches forward, and in jumps to the next match. Capital G rockets you straight to the end of the file, and Q, your trusty escape hatch, gets you out. Learn these once, and here's the bonus. They work in man pages and more, too. Now, most of the time you'll just type less file name and be done with it. But 3 little startup flags can make your life noticeably easier. Less N adds line numbers down the left, perfect when you're reviewing code or pointing a coworker at a specific bug. Less plus F opens the file in follow mode, streaming new lines as they arrive, just like tailf, but with all of less's powers waiting when you hit Ctrl plus C. And less S stops long lines from wrapping, so wide log files stay readable. You just scroll right. Pro tip, pair plus F with var log syslog, and you've got a live debugging window. So let's see this in action. Mia's Nginx server is misbehaving, and somewhere in a 50,000 line log file is the clue. She opens it with less var log nginx error.log, instant no scrolling avalanche. Then she types / the word error and hits enter. Less jumps straight to the first match. She presses and to step through the next ones, 3 errors total. Then Q, and she's back at her prompt. 30 seconds, problem located. That's the whole point of less. Now, before you ever open less, there's one thing you absolutely need to know, and almost every beginner learns it the hard way. You open a file, you scroll around, and then you want out. Ctrl plus C? Nothing, esc. Weirdness, CMD plus Q closes your entire terminal. The fix is almost insultingly simple. Press lowercase q. That's it. Q quits. And the lovely bonus, that same Q gets you out of man, more, and most other terminal viewers. It's your universal escape key. Now that you can survive inside less, here's why it pays off everywhere. 3 classic pairings to remember. First, anywhere you'd reach for cat on a long file, use less instead. Same job, much kinder to your scroll back. Second, any command that spits out too much, just pipe it through less, like ls, lar, pipe to less, and suddenly it's paginated. And third, here's the secret. Every time you've opened a man page, you've already been inside less. All those keys you just learned, they work there too. Time to actually try this. 4 minutes, 3 tiny exercises. First, open your own Bayeshark with less, then press Q. That's the whole open-close cycle. Second, do it again, but this time type /alias and hit enter to jump to a match, then N for the next one. Third, open etc. services, it's long, and use space and B to flip through pages, capital G to leap to the end, lowercase g back to the start, and remember, always Q to quit. And that's lesson 8. You can genuinely read any file on a Linux system now, from a 2-line config to a 1,000,000-line log. Next up is head, a tiny command that grabs just the first few lines of a file. Perfect when you don't need the whole thing, just a fast peek. After that, tail does the same trick from the end. But before you move on, one last time, press Q to quit. See you in Lesson 9.